Finally, Kevin Warsh has surfaced, coming out from under a rock, in a cave, from an island, whatever it is. He has finally showed his face. We have finally heard him speak, but unfortunately, it's not in the context or the way we would want. And by the way, who is Kevin Warsh? Well, you might have heard of a guy named by Jerome Powell, him and Trump have been feuding for a while because Trump wants lower rates. Powell took forever, but let's go back. Jerome Powell is the person that is responsible for dropping interest rates to basically, so if you have a 2%, a 3%, all those lovely rates, it drove prices up. That is Jerome Powell. He is the Fed chair of the Federal Reserve. Well, Jerome Powell is coming, if you didn't know, he's retiring. He's done. His term is coming up in basically about 30 plus days. And Kevin Warsh has been elected, whatever you want to call it, by Trump and the team. And he had to go in front of, people like Elizabeth Warren and Kennedy and all these people, John Kennedy, to get grilled about his new job. Some people told him they don't like him. They think he stinks. You don't know what you're doing. You're being brainwashed by Trump. You're just going to be his puppet. And so that hearing was recently. That's his hearing to basically say, before you have your job, we're going to beat the crap out of you. And then you're going to come in to be the Federal Reserve. And then he'll still have to come in front of the hearing and listen from these people, just like Powell does, and get drilled all the time. And usually if it's a Republican president, mostly the Democrats are going to drill him. And if it's a Democrat president, they do this, Republicans will drill him. It sounds like a lovely job. It's a very crazy job because our money controls the world, controls global economies, controls rates, things like that. So obviously it's a big deal. So Kevin Warsh has his hearing and then he'll be elected and confirmed. And so with that being said, I was being joking because he didn't really say much. In these hearings, he's not going to say much. They were trying to get him to crack, trying to get him to answer stuff, putting him on the spot. And he stayed calm, cool, collect, because that's how he is. So if you don't know who he is, go look him up. But he will be the new Fed chairman. He will be the guy that will raise rates or lower rates. He could be the guy that helps drive rates down in other ways. He's also could be the guy, hopefully, what I'm hoping, he will start to look and analyze data in more real time than how we are doing it now, because the way we set up and how we analyze data was probably set up 50, 60 years ago. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense because you and I wonder, how did the government miss that supposedly they're over-reported year after year, almost $1 million jobs each year? How are they off? How can we just not get right numbers? Because the rate you locked in on could have gone up because of a bad jobs report that was wrong rather than lower. So technically speaking, we really need to fix how we look at data. We really probably need to also start looking about how we view the world, the economy and stuff, because think about it. There's a lot of people that have 2, 3 jobs. There's a lot of people that are saying they're, looking for a job, not looking for a job, all this stuff. It's not making much sense. So the data we have and how we really view things out there, I think is pretty skewed. And this recovery, they call it a K-shaped recovery, has really benefited people with assets and have money. And then why the less of the people that are just barely surviving or living paycheck to paycheck or middle class have been just getting killed. On top of that, people that have great jobs are getting laid off week after week. It's not like we're frantic right now about there's some crazy job loss market and all hell's going to break loose. But look, we're not really hiring as much as we like. We're definitely firing more. And clearly that these companies, if you didn't know, they are using the excuse of AI to fire people, because what they don't want to tell you, and I'll tell you right here, during COVID hits. How many, I don't know, tens of millions of people get laid off. Then the government gives money to what? People, companies, states, everything. Trillions and trillions of dollars just went out the door and went everywhere. And then companies started hiring back and people got bonuses and raises and signing bonuses, all this stuff. And I'm gonna go here. And all of a sudden that job market that was crazy and you're getting overpaid and you're getting the bonuses, it's over. And what a lot of people didn't know is, why do people do that? Well, number one, they overhire because they knew we were going to come out and it was going to be a boom because everybody had money. They had money, they paid down debt. If you watch my video, I say this over and over. The savings rate went from 5% to 35%. Credit card debt got paid down $350 billion. You're sitting in your house, not spending money. And when you came out, we were like a wild animal. They got let out of a cage. We had a good time. And now we're dealing with a hangover. And too late Powell, if that's what Trump calls him, who's being replaced by Kevin Warsh, he left rates way too low. Look, I'm in the mortgage business. I get it. Way too low. He should have started raising them. And definitely a lot earlier, at least in 2020. He should have started raising interest rates in 2021, but he didn't. And we kept going and going and going. And then he had to raise that rates too high. And then now we're stuck with this sticky situation. We had the tariff stuff. Now we have the Iran war, and we just can't seem to get a break. We can't seem to get rates down and stay down. So we're here to talk about Kevin Warsh and He's finally heard from him, but we did not hear what we wanted to because he is not going to give us forward guidance. He's not going to tell us what he thinks about the economy. If he thinks he should cut rates, if he thinks he likes this, thinks he likes that. He was very plain. He did make some comments, but let's be honest, it's nothing that's going to move the needle. It's very black and white. It's like ChatGPT wrote it, right? And that's on purpose because he's not going to tell you or I what he's thinking and what he's doing. Obviously, they're drilling him because they think he got picked because Trump is going to influence him. Trump's going to make him cut rates. Trump already said before his hearing that, hey, I hope he cuts rates soon. And look, they might look at data differently. They might see things differently. There's a lot of things going on, right? And I think what you're going to see is this guy is going to try to dig in and look at data. He's going to dig in and say, are we really looking at stuff real time? And we're going to dig in and say, are we as the data and how we're really viewing this economy? Is it on solid foundation? Is it really unstable? Is it like being on a waterbed? Because look, if you move Iran out of the picture and you move tariffs out of the picture, let's just say we remove both of those. Our inflation, core inflation, that rate is close to target feds, according to data. The jobs market, we're not really creating a lot of private sector jobs. And the consumer, that's you and I, we already know we're not spending like we were. It's clear. We're still spending because we're employed and you have money to spend, but we know we're not spending like we came out of the economy. That's why you see places like Vegas that not only they're giving crazy discounts, they're talking about, hey, Vegas is literally talking about, why don't we do it all inclusive in resorts where you stay there, we give you food and all this stuff, because they're having to figure ways how to get you there because they're hurting. So there's certain parts of the economy where they're not hurting, they are hurting. The housing market, obviously, since Iran thing, rates went up, it's not helping. People can't refi, people can't buy. The commercial lending market is just terrible again. They're being conservative, rates went up. And so we just not need some stability. So with Warsh in here, hopefully he's more in line with how Trump thinks. I think what he did say is probably that the way Trump is viewing the economy, how things are going to go, I think he is in line with that, whatever that is. Trump thinks, AI is going to help bring down inflation. The tariffs are going to fall off. This Iran thing is going to go away. Inflation is going to go to 2%, right? Job market's going to boom. All this stuff's going to be good. We need to drop those rates and hit it. And look, I'm in the mortgage business. I do agree that we need to get some rate relief. I do agree that we need rates to go down and stay down. They can't just get this touch and go crap because it's very hard for people to lock in, buy stuff, do stuff. It's very frustrating. 1 month you talk to them, we're good. The next month, it goes to hell in a handbasket. So it's very, very frustrating. I know, real quick, by the way, if we never met, my name is Kenny Simpson. I focus on 1 to 4 unit financing. I shoot videos like this because I want to take those complicated, crazy things that you're out there in the world that might have to do with real estate or interest rate, the economy, and things like that, and just dumb it and break it down. What does that mean to real day, whether you're buying a house or buying investment property or refining anything, or just want to know what does all this have to do with real estate and interest rate? So that's why I talk about this on the channel. I've been doing it for 20 years, helped over 5,000 clients. So if I could help you, we can chat, talk, whatever, feel free to hit me up anytime. So to end this video, we should hear more and more from Warsh. I don't think we're going to hear much because he doesn't want to say much, but don't kid yourself. Soon as he's confirmed, he might start getting interviews slowly but surely, or he's going to wait until he's in there. But we will hopefully see some new blood in the Fed, some new energy in the Fed, hopefully how we start viewing things differently. And if he does have a certain way how he views the economy, or views unemployment, or views the consumer, or views AI, or rates, or the whole thing, he is going to have to go in there and sell, educate, and get those other Fed members, right, that are over there, because it's not just him that makes all the decisions, on the same page and the same board. He's highly respected because he was on the Fed. He knows what he's doing. Yes, he has a lot of money, so people did not like that. They want to make sure he just sells everything and puts it in cash. But at the end of the day, I think he's a great pick for the choice. I actually just picked him. That was my guess. And, sometimes you're right? As they say, every blind squirrel gets a nut. And so I am hoping that we can get past that Iran thing and things start coming down and we can get interest rates down and stay down. And what does that number look like? I don't know anymore because I feel like we're guessing. I keep saying every year, this is the year, and it's then there's tariffs, then there's a war. So hopefully we can get through this and we have no more just crazy things going on. I know we have the midterms coming up and we can just get rates down, help affordability, help small businesses, help commercial lending, help when you buy something else for a house, and get those rates down for people to refi and buy, and really just, make things so much easier to qualify for a lot of different things for a lot of different people. So anyways, guys, that's it. I just want to jump on here and say, if you did not catch Kevin Warsh, go YouTube him. You can watch him interviewed. There's really not much there, but that is our next Fed nominee. He finally surfaced. He's here. He's alive. He's cool, calm, collect. He's very smart. He's very calculated, and hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of this person, but hopefully this person will be able to really improve this economy, really make data more transparent, more live, more real, and also bring those damn interest rates down. Anyways, guys, thanks so much. If I can help you, please reach out. Also, share this with somebody, and we'll see you guys next week.